Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. In this video, I just want to go over quickly kind of what I ended up working on with this bed. As you can see, it was kind of a long process, and then what the future is going to be for this bed. So this is actually a bed that we share with our neighbor's yard, as the property line is kind of in the middle of this. But thankfully they gave me a lot of creative freedom to kind of work on this bed, clean it up a little bit, and then get a few things out of here. So what I ended up doing was I left most of the large evergreen pieces here and just kind of cleaned them up a little bit, trim them back, just tame them up a little bit. There's a couple of junipers here. This is a yew. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of evergreens, but there's a couple of other shrubs as well. I think that might be a deutzia, but it's pink flowering in the spring. There is another juniper back there, and then some rows of Sharons up that way. The rest of this space over here I pretty much cleared out because it was just kind of full of a lot of weeds and vines. There was an almond maple in the back, which you can kind of see sticking out, but I ended up getting rid of that too because that drops a lot of seeds. A lot of seedlings end up growing from that, but I still have to get rid of the rest of that stump. But at least because it's just about winter now, this will be totally fine until next year. I forgot to mention too that there's also this gray birch, which has really nice bark, and it's pretty much at its mature size as well. As I cleaned everything out, I just ended up putting a heavy layer of thick bark mulch, and I just used natural wood chips that you can get from an arborist or possibly from your local garden center. You can see it's really just regular wood chips. Some of them are really big pieces like this. Some of them are pretty small as well. And then I just did light plantings for now. I do have some other plans for this for the future, but it's likely not going to be until next year that I'll kind of work on this big empty space. There's 1, 2, and then if I walk over this way, a coast-to-coast hosta. These will end up getting about 30 inches tall, 36 inches wide, and they have a really nice yellow shape. But I just wanted to catch these before we got a frost because we are going to have our first frost for tonight. In terms of shaping, you can kind of see, it's a little hard to see with the leaves, but it just kind of comes out, goes around this juniper, curves out this way, and then it actually gets pretty wide. It's probably close to about 8 feet wide on this side over here. And this was on quite a major hill. It actually goes up a few feet from the bottom to the top. So I just tried to make a nice even layer, and you can kind of see from the side, it's pretty sharp, but it's still pretty good in terms of plantings. And then I just tried to make it nice and deep so that way you can still see the grass line and the mulch doesn't flow into the grass at the bottom. Now, I did transplant some hostas here, which are basically impossible to see at this time because they already went dormant for the season, but you can kind of see the bottoms of these right here. So there's 5 of these right here. I think they're a Patriot variety, and they just kind of swing through this section right here, and hopefully I'll put like a nice big shrub right here. So I do have some plans in mind, but nothing is finalized right at the moment. I just wanted to show you kind of the beginning stages of what this bed looks like. I'm going to be working on it as time goes on, and I'll certainly bring you along for when I do end up putting more plants in this bed, but I just wanted to at least update you guys and bring you as up to date as possible about kind of what's going on with this part of the garden, as it is looking a lot cleaner and a lot nicer than it did beforehand. So I just wanted to show you kind of what the beginning stages of this process is like to kind of clean up a lot of the old stuff in a garden bed, freshen it up, and then create a bunch of new opportunities for plants in the future. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of this space. I'm really curious to see if you have any specific suggestions. Besides that, I will see you in the next video.